Welcome everyone to the finals of the COVID-19 edition of the World Series of Certamen. A few quick announcements from me before we get into the match. First, a few thanks. The lion's share of the questions throughout the World Series this year were written by several very dedicated, in some cases, actually freely willing volunteers. Those were written mostly by Ken Andino, Noah McThenia, Josh Pincus, and Aspen Bombardo primarily. So please thank them if you see them. A few other people contributed ones and twos, but those four did the lion's share of the writing. Other thanks, I want to particularly single out Austin Chu, who has been essential to the workings of the World Series this year, both in terms of the technical setup and making sure that we had all the individual YouTube streams working. We would not be able to have this run as smoothly as it has without Austin, and Shannon Sloan for coordinating all of the staff and volunteers for all of the rounds. So thank all of those people when you get the chance, because we couldn't do this without those volunteers. I'm now going to share my screen briefly so that you all can see what you're playing for. So this is the World Series of Certamen Traveling Trophy. It is called the Shearer Thumb because what you can't see underneath it is that this trophy started its life as a very cheesy looking thumbs up trophy. But in World Series of Certamen, the winning team's responsibility is to make some sort of modification to the trophy when they bring it back and pass it on. And you'll see the wheels. Those were added by the team that won this trophy the first time it was awarded. And you will see that last year's team added the small alligator biting the thumb. And of course, because of the pandemic, the trophy is dutifully wearing its mask. So we will coordinate when this round is over to make sure that that gets handed over to a responsible party on one of your teams, which I realize eliminates some people on some teams automatically. And then you will be responsible for making updates to it and bringing it back to hopefully next year's live convention. So on that note, I'm going to turn it over to our chief question writer and moderator and the official World Series of Certamen consigliere, Ken Andino.
Hello. So I want to congratulate all three teams. We're going to sort of pretend like this is a legitimate event, and we're going to do the little thing that they do. So could we all get a practice buzz in the chat? Uh-oh, David's having a problem with his headphones. It seems like it's a preponderance of people. So since you've made it to the finals, I will not make it all about me for once. And so Archbishops of Canterbury, could you please, one by one, unmute yourself, just introduce yourself and give our Legions of Adoring fans a binge watch suggestion. So we'll start with, I don't know, whoever's player one on your team. Connor.
Hi, everyone. My name's Connor Harrison, originally from Florida. Binge watch suggestion. You just go classic, just go Breaking Bad.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm Michael Kearney. I'm the captain of the Archbishops of Canterbury, so the Archbishop of Canterbury. I'm originally from Wisconsin, and my binge watching suggestion appropriately for our team name is The Crown.
I'm Gabe Molina. I am originally from Gainesville, Florida, and I have finally gotten into Game of Thrones starting last week. So if you haven't yet, join me and watch alongside.
Hi, I'm Jose Molina, also originally from Gainesville, Florida. I guess the most recent thing that I watched was The Good Place. So I think that's worth watching.
Love it. I'm taking notes, although that I've already watched. So let's get a deeper cut with our college water enthusiasts.
Hello, I'm David Orvidal from Fairfax, Virginia. If you want a show to binge watch, The Last Kingdom is pretty good.
Excellent. Okay.
Write that one down. Haven't seen it.
I'm Matt. I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I guess really the only thing I ever binge watch is Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
I'm on episode 4. That's the one I'm watching with my kid right now.
My name is James Willis. I'm from Fairfax, Virginia, and my favorite show of all time is Community, and it just got put on Netflix.
Yes, I binge
highly
watched
recommend.
all of that in June. It was sad. We have one more, right? Where's our fourth?
Yeah. Sorry, I blanked. My name's Will Sigmund. I'm from Alexandria, Virginia. Binge-worthy show. I think Better Call Saul, if you really like Breaking Bad. The first season, like Breaking Bad, a little rough, but then it kind of gets into its groove, and it's like 95% is good.
Okay.
I think it's saying something. And I think the first 4, maybe all 5 seasons are on Netflix as well.
Nice. All right, and that leaves us with Week T name and David Jaffe.
Hi, I'm David Jaffe, originally from Chicago, Illinois. Is the question like, what are we watching?
Yeah, we need a
currently?
binge watch suggestion for everybody still stuck at home.
Okay, Olivia and I just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Well, I think she's seen it, but I just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and we're also watching Avatar.
Okay. I'm getting a feeling that we are all sort of the same types of people because I have one show that you have mentioned that I've not watched.
I'm Dan Washaleski from Chicago, and I would probably suggest Fleabag.
Ooh, this is a new
one. I'm Will Knife, I'm also from Chicago. Well, this will be different. In my household, we are now sort of addicted to all things Acorn, mostly English and Australian shows. And we have discovered a series, a melodrama called A Place to Call Home. And there are 6 seasons of it with magnificent performances by Noni Hazelhurst and some other people who are legendary in Australia, but Americans haven't heard of them. So my Australian friends are saying, you haven't heard of these people? Anyway, they're amazing. You should watch.
Hi, I'm Olivia Brooks. I am David Jaffe's fiance. My recommendation, someone else said Avatar: The Last Airbender. I feel like I have to represent Korra, the Avatar Korra, the the follow-up to Avatar. It's not as perfect and amazing as Avatar, but it's still very good in its own respects, especially season 3. And that's coming to Netflix very soon too. So thumbs up.
Okay, so please watch responsibly in case you are, if these are for mature audiences, wait until you're mature. So I'm going to start watching some of these in about three years. So congrats to all 3 teams. The rules for this round are going to be the same as the rules for the previous rounds, with the exception of there will be 2 boni for each of the toss-ups. So we are going to go ahead and get started. So good luck to everybody. And I guess I can do this thing. Chris, do you want to do that thing so I don't have to?
I will do that thing.
Okay. I'm not going to post bonuses in the chat because I don't want to. All right, so the final round of the World Series of Certamen, toss-up 1. The Latin phrase, incendium in magno receptaculo communi scruti, is a rough approximation of what 2-word English phrase often used to describe the year David Jaffe.
Dumpster fire?
That is correct. The rest of the question said often used to describe the year 2020 and 2019 before it, and well, you get the idea. That is a dumpster fire. So your first bonus, now that toss-up is out of the way, I can officially welcome you to the World Series of Certamen final round for the dumpster fire that has been 2020 so far. Speaking of dumpsters, in a bit of good news this year, Dr. Allison Emerson of Tulane University published findings in April of this year that based on the soil composition where different piles of trash were found in Pompeii, the ancient Romans likely participated in what activity?
Can you repeat it, Ken?
Yes. Dr. Allison Emerson of Tulane University published findings in April of this year that based on the soil composition where different piles of trash were found at Pompeii, the ancient Romans participated in what activity?
Dan, you like that idea?
Yeah, I was gonna.
That sounds good.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be something like dietary, maybe, but
Yes, please.
let's say composting. Final answer.
Composting or recycling would have worked. That is correct. And your second bonus is Dr. Emerson's publishing directly refute a University of Cincinnati assertion that the piles represented proof that the Pompeians were still cleaning up their city from an earthquake that struck in what year? 17 years before the big one.
17 years by the Roman counting? Or
Yeah,
by
that's what it was.
I guess 62.
Yeah, that's what I would go with.
Okay, 62 AD, final answer?
That is correct. So 20 points for weak T name on question number 1. Toss-up question number 2. Can we talk about murder hornets for a minute? These hideous insects with bodies that are 2 inches long, unloved by anything in creation, have of course been found in America in 2020. Perhaps we need to call on the services of what man? Gabe.
Myagro.
Not correct. I'll repeat for the 2 teams. Perhaps we need to call on the services of what man? The husband of Autonoe, David.
Aristeas.
Aristeas is correct, who was known as a beekeeper in myth. 10 points. Your bonus, speaking of bees, bees make honey. So to keep with myth, what mythological thief, when once trapped in honey, begged his own brother to decapitate him so that the king whom they were robbing would not catch them both?
I always forget which one's which, but I think it's Trophonius.
What's the
It's
What's the
like,
other one?
I think Trophonius, and I think the other one's Agamedes.
Yeah, neither of those ring a bell.
They're stealing from like they build a like treasury for Hyrius. I think it's Trophonius. Trophonius, final answer?
No. Agamedes asked Trophonius to kill him. Your second bonus, though, since I was listening to your conversation, I like your chances. Your second bonus is, what was the name of the clever king who set the snare that caught Agamedes?
I think it's Hyrius. I feel pretty good about this given the circumstances. I don't know how to. I don't really know how to say his name, but I think it's. Like that.
Okay, that's right, but I'm gonna make you say it anyway.
Hyrius.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hyrius or Hyrius. That's fine. That is correct. 15 points for weak T name on question 2. Toss question 3. In an election year such as 2020, you can hear about metaphorical modes of transport that are supposed to illustrate how much momentum your candidate has, like the Trump train or the Biden Express. Here at the World Series, a metaphorical vehicle that I would like to get on can be expressed by the dative or ablative plural of a Latin word meaning throat or jaw. David.
The Fauci bus?
The Fauci bus, that is correct, and supports a physician and epidemiologist. So everybody on board the Fauci bus. Your first bonus, Dr. Fauci's undergraduate work was done at the College of the Holy Cross. Holy Cross's motto is a 4-word phrase that was quite familiar to a certain Roman emperor. What is that phrase?
I'm thinking it's Holy Cross. I'm thinking like in hoc signo vinces.
That sounds good, yeah.
I don't know. Holy Cross. I don't know for sure, but that makes sense.
That's
right?
the best guess. Yeah.
In hoc signo vinces, final answer?
That is correct. And your second bonus, one of the mottos for the year 2020, or at least it should be, is wash your dang hands. What word derived from the aforementioned Latin word is an aid to such an effort?
Faucet. Faucet, final answer?
That is correct. I'm not sure why I put it at question 3, but I think that was my favorite question of the finals. The Fauci bus. That was the first one that I wrote, and I giggle about it sometimes. Toss-up question number 4. Yes. If we were in ancient Rome, then we wouldn't be worrying about coronavirus. But if we were in ancient Rome and coronavirus existed, then we would be much worse off because of the lack of modern medical knowledge. Will?
Galen?
That's not correct, but I will repeat for the other 2 teams. Thankfully, the Romans still had more practical men, such as what author of a... David? Oh, I'm sorry, wait, don't answer, David. It was Gabe. Celsus is correct. The author of a medical encyclopedia entitled De Medicina that is itself likely part of a larger lost work. 10 points for the Archbishops. Your first bonus, Celsus was the first author we know of who took a term used by Hippocrates to describe malignant growths in the body and Latinized it. What Latin name did Celsus give to these growths?
Is it, wait, Latin name? Like the Greek name was like neoplasm is the English equivalent. I don't know what it would have.
Humors? Tumors?
Oh, tumor, yeah.
Defer to Gabe.
Tumor, final answer.
Conker. Your second bonus. What author who wrote a book on botany called De Herba Botanica was the personal doctor to both Augustus and Horace?
I think this is Antonius Musa.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Antonius Musa, final answer.
That is correct. 15 points for the Archbishops of Canterbury. Scroll. There we go. Toss-up question number 5. There have been a few nice things about 2020, including all the new shows and old shows we get to binge. Listen carefully to the following passage that is the introduction of a show that was recently touted as #1 in the United States on Netflix, which I will read twice and answer in Latin the questions that follow. I have a feeling some of you are going to recognize this. Aqua, terra, ignis, aer. Iam dudum quatuor nationes in concordia habitabant, tum omnia mutata sunt, ubi natio ignea oppugnavit. Solus avataris, magister omnium quatuor elementorum, eos sistere poterat. Sed, cum orbis terrarum eum maxime requireret evanuit. Centum ani praeterierunt, et frater meus et ego avatarum novum invenemus, I reflector nomine ang. Et cum peritissimus ereflectendi sit, eti multum discendum sit, antequam aliquem servare paratus sit. Sed credo angem erengem, orbem terrarum servare posse. I'll read it again, but pretty fast. Aqua, terra, ignis, aer. Iam dudum quatuor nationes in concordia habitabant. Tum omnia mutata sunt, ubi natio ignea oppugnavit. Solus avataris, magister omnium quatuor elementorum eos sistere poterat. Sed, cum orbis terrarum eum maxime requireret, evanuit. Centum ani praeterierunt, et frater meus et ego avatarum novum invenemus. I reflector nomine ang. Et cum peritissimus I reflectendi sit, eti multum discendum sit, antequam aliquem servare paratus sit. Sed credo angem orbem terrarum servare posse. The question, quae, Gabe?
Ignea natio.
That's not correct. David?
Aqua, terra, ignis, aer.
That is not correct. I will repeat for weak T name. The question is, quae mutabantur cum natio ignea oppugnavit? David?
Omnia.
Omnia is correct. Your first bonus question is da nomina quatuor elementorum in casu accusativo.
aquam terram ignem aera. Is that right? I don't know if there's another alternative, but I definitely know aera is.
Aquam.
Yeah, aquam. Sorry, it's auto correcting. Yeah. Final answer: aquam terram ignem aera.
That is correct. And your second bonus, and since this is the World Series of Certamen, where pop culture is greater than all, dic Anglicae nomina duorum qui nominati sunt frater meus et ego.
Katara and Saka.
Yeah.
Katara and Saka.
Katara and Saka is correct. 20 points for weak T name on question 5, and a score check, please.
After 5 toss-ups, the Archbishops of Canterbury have 15 points. College Water Enthusiasts have yet to score, and weak T name has 75 points.
Okay. The first quarter belonged to you, but there are 3 quarters yet to play. Toss-up question number 6. Boy, where is my line? Okay, thank you. Not the person I was talking to, but I'll pay for that one later. Toss-up 6. On January 31st, 2020, the United Kingdom officially withdrew from the European Union under the leadership of Boris Johnson. What ancient British leader attempted a Will? Will? Are you muted? You are muted. Unmute yourself, Will.
I'm Crausius.
No, it's not Crausius. So we will go to Michael.
Castellanus.
Nope. I will repeat for the weak T name. What ancient British leader attempted a Brexit of her own? Will.
Boudica.
Boudica is correct, leading to the destruction of Camalodunum, Londinium, and Verulamium, along with the death of 80,000 Roman citizens from 60 to 61 AD.
Can I have a second, Ken, before the bonus?
Sure.
Will, do you remember what I just told your freshman?
Yes.
20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it about that? So
shut up, David. Go ahead.
Does he have to answer the bonuses on his own?
No.
That was quick. All right. Toss-up one.
Yeah,
or bonus one. Boris and his fiancee, Carrie Simons, who just recovered from COVID-19, recently had their first child named Wilfred Lowry Nicholas Johnson. Boudica and her husband had 2 children whose names are unfortunately lost to history. But what was the name of Boudica's husband, who was a Roman ally?
Oh shoot. It starts with it's like
Answer.
Starts with a T maybe. Final answer. Toligdanus. That's not it.
Wow, good pull. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't even close. Prosutagus was his name. And your second bonus, Boris and Carrie reside, of course, at 10 Downing Street. At what site with a somewhat similar name did Suetonius Paulinus defeat the forces of Boudica in 61 AD?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, Boris and Carrie reside, of course, at 10 Downing Street. At what site with a fairly similar name did Suetonius Paulinus defeat the forces of Boudica in 61 AD?
Fairly similar to 10 Downing Street. What did you say? London.
Answer, please.
Final answer. Danulium.
I was just sort of supposed to tell you that it was street. It's called the Battle of Watling Street.
Oh, Watling Street. Yeah, okay.
So 10 points on question 6. And we go on to question 7. On July 17th, the world unfortunately lost a titan in the area of social reform and justice when John Lewis passed away. Congressman Lewis is perhaps best known for his bold action in 1965 when he helped lead marches from Selma to Montgomery. Due to the violence perpetrated, dies solis sanguineus is the Latin term for that day. David.
Bloody Sunday.
David Orvidal. Was that David Orvidal?
Yeah, Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday is correct. Give the English title for that term. Your first bonus, using your knowledge of Latin and the U.S. House of Representatives, give in Latin the number of terms that Congressman Lewis served, given that he was first elected in 1986 and served consecutively until his passing.
All right, so it's been a while since I've done civics.
Right?
Yeah, he was representative. I thought it was every 2 years.
34 years,
Yeah.
and you get 17 term.
All right, so I have to put that in
So
Latin.
septendecim.
Wait, is it 16 though? Because he wasn't reelected in 2020 yet, so you can't count that year. Technically, I think it's 16.
Okay.
Does that make
Okay,
sense? Because he
so-
hadn't been reelected yet, so it's really like 1986 through 2018, or the like capstone.
All right,
is of the-
please.
I defer to David.
David?
Oh,
David?
Sorry. Sedecim.
No, it's septendecim. You're overthinking things. Your second bonus. Congressman Lewis rose to prominence for the first time in 1961 when he became one of the first 13 people who were determined to end an unfair segregationist practice. These 13 bold individuals became known by a collective name that in Latin might be Rectores Libertati. Give this exact title in English.
Something like
Freedom
Writers for Liberty.
Freedom Riders, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Freedom Riders.
The Freedom Riders is correct. 15 points on question 7. Also, question number 8. Finientes Novi is the subtitle of a video game franchise. Was that a buzz, Olivia? Or were you just giving us the, okay, you were just giving us that? Okay, I'm gonna start over. Finientes Novi is the subtitle of a video game franchise that has always done well, but hit the COVID jackpot when they released their newest game on March 20th. David.
New Horizons, Animal Crossing.
Yes, causing it to capture the hearts, minds, and hours of many a person. Give the name of that game, whose Latin main title would be Transitus Animalia. Animal Crossing is correct. Your first bonus. Widely considered the richest man in Roman history was a triumvir whose wealth estimation in modern day dollars varies wildly, anywhere from 20 million to upwards of $20 billion. However, rich he was, it's nothing compared to slumlord Tom Nook's estimated wealth in Animal Crossing, which a recent online article put as $5.7 trillion. Regardless, give the full name of that rich Roman who may or may not have died by having molten gold poured down his throat.
Yeah, it's.
Is that Marcus Licinius Crassus? What?
I can't remember his pronomen. It's Crassus,
Marcus.
yeah.
It's Marcus Licinius.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
All right. I'd like to defer to my friend Will Nifong.
Okay.
Marcus Licinius Crassus.
That is correct. Your second bonus, New Horizons, is the 5th title in the Animal Crossing franchise. Combining your knowledge of Latin with video games, give the exact subtitle of any 2 of the other 3 sequels, which in Latin might be termed Orbis Ferus, Folium Novum, and Homines Urbani.
Wait, didn't you say that this is the 5th?
Yeah, the first one didn't have a subtitle, now did it?
Can you repeat the subtitles?
Yes, I'll even put them in the chat for you.
New Leaf one?
Yeah, New
You have
Leaf.
to combine knowledge here. You have to get to the titles actually.
It's absolutely New Leaf.
Okay.
Is it New Leaf?
We need
Wait, Wild,
Do you know the others?
Wild World
Wild World?
and
World.
City,
Answer, please.
City Folk.
I'm gonna defer to my beautiful fiance, who's actually sitting like right there.
New Leaf
And
and wait, what?
give T more.
Oh, New Leaf and City Folk.
That will work. The third one was Wild World. So 20 points on question 8. Toss-up question 9 is your bonus passage. There are 2 passages in this one. This one's shorter. Listen carefully to the following passage, which I will read twice, then answer in any language that you choose the questions that follow. Nos omnes in temporibus incertis vivunt. Tempus incepti scolae velocissime appropinquat. Aliae scolae iam constituerunt procul discere hoc anno. Aliae in animo habuerunt accipere discipulos. Res est difficilis discipulis parentibus administratoribus et maxime magistris. Omnes magistri magistraeque sunt inter scillam et charybdim. Nos vehementer videre vos omnes volumus, sed etiam vehementius volumus vos omnes esse incolumes. I'll repeat. Nos omnes in temporibus incertis vivunt. Tempus incepti scolae velocissime appropinquat. Aliae scolae iam constituerunt procul discere hoc anno. Aliae in animo habuerunt accipere discipulos. Res est difficilis discipulis parentibus administratoribus et maxime magistris. Omnes magistri magistraeque sunt inter scillam et charybdim. Nos vehementer videre vos omnes volumus, sed etiam vehementius volumus vos omnes esse incolumes. The toss-up. What two, Gabriel?
Some have already decided on distance learning and others have in mind to receive their students.
It's not correct. David, Jaffe.
We all want to see you all, meaning we teachers all want to see our students very, very, very much. But even more, we want for you all, i.e. the students, to be safe.
That is correct. What two warring concerns rage in the hearts of teachers everywhere? Very good. Your first bonus. What English phrase is an accurate and perhaps less nerdy way to colloquially translate the phrase inter scillam et charybdim?
Yep. Rock and a hard place.
Yeah, right? Between a rock and a hard place.
Yep.
Final answer, between a rock and a hard place.
That is correct. And your second bonus, hopefully for you teachers playing and the millions of students and teachers watching, a safe and acceptable solution is found because, as the passage notes, in what way is the time for the beginning of the new school year approaching?
Very
velocissime.
Yeah, velocissime. Can we still answer in whatever language we?
Absolutely.
Let's go with velocissime. Final answer.
That will work, or anything in other languages that made that. Toss-up question number 10. One of the few bright spots of this or any other year, in my opinion, is the continuing brilliance of Lizzo, who was in fact named Entertainer of the Year by Time Magazine for 2019. Although it wasn't until her third album that her career gained traction, the title of Lizzo's second album is the one that is most easily put into Latin and could be rendered chiastically as Magna Puella Mundus Parvus. That is David Jaffe.
Big Girl, Little World?
No, Matt. Wait, don't answer, Matt. It's Michael Kearney.
Big Girl, Small World?
Big Girl, Small World. It's a title, so I'm going for the exact. Now, Michael, for no extra points, can you please spell the word girl as it appears on the Lizzo album?
G-U-R-L?
No. It's G-R-R-R-L. But since I didn't ask you to spell it, you get points. Your bonus. Lizzo won Record of the Year with what song whose Latin title could be Veritas Dolet?
Truth Hurts?
Yeah. Yep.
Truth Hurts?
Truth Hurts is correct. And your second bonus, Lizzo is now branching out into acting and had a role in what 2019 film with Constance Wu and Julia Stiles that might have its name rendered into Latin as Plani.
Plani?
What does that mean?
Doesn't Plani refer to like the flat regions of an area of a city, like the plains, basically?
No.
Yeah. Okay, guess not.
That is the adjective planus. I'll give you that this is the noun planus because I kind of made it up. I did not see in a tested feminine form, but I used it anyway.
Is this a kind of plant? It's like a plantain
Plain
tree.
tree? Or yeah.
Please.
Defer to Gabe.
This is a horrible title. The plantain trees.
Yes, that's a movie I want to see. Planus is a con man or a scam artist.
Oh.
I made it feminine. I sort of made that up. The movie was called Hustlers. So, but I will give you 15 points and I will allow you to check the score.
At the halfway point, Archbishops of Canterbury have 30 points, College Water Enthusiasts have 15 points, and Weak Tea Name have 125 points.
All right. We shall continue. Toss 11. July 3rd was one of the few bright days of this year, of course, because, without buzzing in, anybody want to tell me why July 3rd was so dope?
Hamilton.
Thank you. It's a shame this isn't one of the preliminary rounds because you would have gotten many, many points for that. Because it, of course, gave us the ability to stream Hamilton. Please give the translation of the following lyrics from one of the Hamilton songs and give either the name of the character who sings it or, for extra nerd and style points, the name of the performer. So have to give the lyric and then either the character or artist who sings it. Kur putas, Olivia.
Why do you write like you're running out of time? And that's Burr, Leslie Odom Jr.?
That's not correct, but I love everything about that answer except for the fact that it wasn't actually right. Cur putas te doctissimum in camera esse. David.
Why do you think you're the smartest person in the room? Alexander Hamilton.
That's not correct. Gabe.
Why do you think you're the smartest in the room? Burr.
That is correct. Why do you think you're the smartest in the room, Aaron Burr? Like, Olivia, if I could give you points, I would, but I can't. Well, I mean, I can because I can do whatever I want, but I'm not going to. Your bonus question. Give the exact translation and the title of the song from which these lines come. Ridemus et lacrimamus et frangimur et eramus.
This is like we smile or laugh and cry and we're broken and we make mistakes, wander.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell, Connor?
Since I want to help you out. Frangimur is sort of used in a middle sense here.
We become broken?
We break ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, does this ring a bell, Connor?
I think it's Dear Theodosia is the name of the song. I think we laugh and we cry and we break, we make like some mistakes, but it's not wandering.
What do you think?
Almost wander, but I don't remember that being.
It's we make mistakes.
Yeah, okay. Defer to Connor.
Connor, go.
You just do the title. Yeah.
Dear Theodosia, we laugh and we cry and give it to me.
Like
we break ourselves.
Or we break
and we like.
We're broken.
And we break. We make mistakes.
All right, that was so close. It is addressed to Theodosia, but as there are probably tens and tens of people screaming at their computers right now, the name of the song is Wait For It. It's not from Dear Theodosia. That comes later in Act 1. But I dig it, and you did good. Your second bonus. Give the exact translation for this line from Hamilton and the name of the character, or again, for bonus points, performer who sings it. Necabo tuos amicos et tuam familiam ut vos mei amoris admoneam. And actually, that should probably say Necabo vestros amicos. Necabo vestros amicos et vestram familiam ut vos mei amoris admoneam.
Just like, I'll kill
your friends and your family
to warn you of my love.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell?
I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da da da. And then
who sings it?
It's
King
like
George the Third.
Points for Connor.
Oh, nice.
I want to hug you through the screen. Who sings it? Connor, who sings it?
King George.
George the Third.
Yeah. Do you know who that was in the show?
Is it the guy from?
He's in Glee too, the original guy.
He was in season 2
What's
of
his
Glee.
name?
Is it the voice of Kristoff in Frozen?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
That's so close to everything about his actual name. His name's Jonathan, but I'll take it.
Right.
You have 15 points on question number 11. Toss-up question number 12. World Series of Certamen staffer and all-around Certamen G, Aspen Bombardo, has a pretty big crush on Billie Eilish and practically begged me to allow her to write a question about her. Since Aspen has done so much for us, we are magnanimously allowing it. Please give the name of the Billie Eilish song title that is the name of a lesser-known coronavirus symptom and could be rendered into Latin as dolor ventre.
Dominic Ake.
David.
Now I got a stomach ache.
Hang on. Is there a college water enthusiast? Matt, what do you say?
I was also going to say stomach ache, so no answer.
Hang on.
Is it
I am taking
belly ache?
to our committee for challenges, which is the guy up there. So hold on. Actually, instead of typing back to me, Mr. Sloan, can you give us a dodgeball style Chuck Norris vote? Do you know what to do there? He just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on Gabriel's answer. Oh no, that is just so sad. The name of this song, and some of you may be in trouble for not getting this, it's bellyache, not stomach ache. So he says no, because it's a title. And now the bonuses, Aspen, if you're watching, I'm sorry. The bonuses will not be read. All right, toss-up question number 13. This one's very important to me, so please somebody get it. Rana, Testudo, and Angelus Noctis might be the Latin names of the 3 finalists of season 3. For season 2, the winner would have been called Wolpace in Latin. In season, we have buzzes. Dan.
The Masked Singer.
Yay, that is correct. The season 1 winner would have been called a monstrum. Name this TV show a competition in which celebrities sing without revealing their true identities until they have been eliminated. Your first bonus. World Series of Certamen consigliere Ken Andino, that's me, will freely admit that The Masked Singer is a guilty pleasure of his, and he will tell you all about how Daughtry got completely hosed in season 2. In that season, Daughtry, who finished runner-up, wore a mask that was one of a breed of dog that can actually be traced back to Roman times for herding and pulling, and could be described in Latin with the following. Canis magnus, qui est plerumque ater, sed fulvis in pectore. Hic canis habetur ferox, sed est saepe dulcissimus et amantissimus. What breed of dog?
Sounds like a Rottweiler, mostly black, brown in its like belly or its chest. Is considered wild, but is actually can be really sweet. Yeah. Final answer, Rottweiler.
That is correct. And your second bonus, the runner-up to T-Pain in season 1 was Donny Osmond. The runners-up to T-Pain in season 1 were Donny Osmond as the peacock and Gladys Knight as a bee. Give the names of their costumes in Latin.
Pavo,
Apis, yes.
Right. Okay, final answer, Pavo et Apis.
Sure, that is correct. 20 points. Toss-up question number 14. Hey guys, with the pandemic everywhere, guess what's back with a vengeance? That's right, it's Pokemon Go. Recently, the global phenomenon has started dropping Generation 5 Pokemon. Among them includes a grass and steel type with names ending in seed and thorn. Give the first 5 letters of these Pokemon's names. Olivia.
You're muted, Olivia.
Answer, please.
Sorry, Ferro, ferro meaning iron.
That is correct. Give the first 5 letters of these Pokemon's names, which doubles as the dative and ablative singular of the Latin noun meaning iron. Ferro is correct. Your first bonus, another Gen 5 Pokemon is a dark type that resembles a cat. Name this Pokemon whose name is a pun on one of the meanings of the Latin verb furor, furari.
Yeah.
It's to steal, snatch,
no,
plunder.
It's like a raccoon sort of thing, I think.
Oh my god, I'm
Can you
blanking on
repeat the
it.
question?
Another Gen 5 Pokemon, a dark type that resembles a cat. Name this Pokemon whose name is
Purloin.
Off the Latin verb furor, furari.
I'll defer to Olivia.
I believe it's Purloin.
Yeah, Purloin, because it has 2 R's instead of 1. That's what makes it a pun. In second bonus, finally, there is a Gen 5 fighting type Pokemon that appears to be carrying a 2x4 beam to whack people with. Fittingly, his punny name could be given in Latin as Materia. Who's that Pokemon?
That just means
Timber.
Yeah, timber.
Timber.
Yeah,
Timber.
it's Burr.
That is correct. You get 20 points.
Whew.
Good job. Oh shoot, that's the one I forgot to write. Oh, well, guys, I kept meaning, like, one of my things I wanted to do for this round was to write an entire question about Twitch emojis. And I did a lot of research on Twitch emojis. And honestly, the biggest stumbling block was finding something that I could write about that did not have implications or origins that we would be better off not using. So that was the stumbling block there, but I was trying to get one. All right. Toss-up 15. This is actually so timely that this came up. All right, toss-up 15. If you have some Latin-related tea to spill, you can fire up Facebook Watch and watch a show that might be called Sermo Rubri Mensae. Give the English title of this. That is Gabe.
The discussion of a red table.
Here's what I'm going to allow. Michael, do you know what it is? Do you know the name of the actual show?
No, of course not.
Okay. David, what do you think? David,
Conversation of the red table?
No, we have too many Davids. Gabe, we're going to come back to you in just a minute because I want to read these. But for week T name, what is the English title of this online lifestyle show that takes its name from the piece of furniture that serves as its centerpiece?
Can you repeat just the Latin name?
Sermo Rubri Mensae.
Red table chat? I don't know.
Oh goodness, it's called Red Table Talk. I'm going to give it to Gabriel because I want to read the bonuses on this one. So 10 points for the Archbishops. Your first bonus, in a doozy of a recent episode of Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith described the course of her relationship with much younger singer August Alsina as an amicitia that eventually became an implicatio. Give the exact terms Jada used to describe these 2 stages of their relationship.
The second was entanglement.
Oh.
And the first was like,
is it just
friendship?
Amicitia?
Yeah.
I like it.
Friendship and entanglement.
Friendship and
Final answer.
And yes, that is correct. Your second bonus, in another famous, albeit ancient entanglement, who divorced his wife Scribonia in a hot second so that he could marry Livia Drusilla?
Augustus.
Defer to Connor.
Augustus final.
Augustus is correct. So we are at our last score check, or maybe last score check. So what is the score, please?
At the 3/4 mark, Archbishops of Canterbury have 65 points. College Water Enthusiasts have 15 points. and weak T name have 165 points.
So I just happened to check my phone, actually wondering if this happened. So my friend and colleague, Sherry Jankowski, wrote the Red Table Talk question for us. And I just saw that I have a text from her that as Gabriel was answering, she texted me and said, accept it. So I did the right thing without even knowing. The other thing, Sherry, since I now know that you're watching, hi, Sherry. And also, I think every time Olivia talks, I hear your voice, just so you know. And Olivia, that's a great compliment. You sound like Sherry. All right. Toss-up question number 16. The iconic Hamilton track, yes, we're back to Hamilton, nonstop begins after the war. I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I finished up my studies and I practiced law. I practiced law, Burr worked next door. Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb. How to account for his rise to the top? Man, the man is nonstop. The rivalry of Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton somewhat resembles that of the Will.
Hortensius and Cicero?
That's not correct. Somewhat resembles that of the founders of two juristic schools named Labeo. Michael.
Augustus.
That is correct. Labeo and Capito, who feuded during the reign, I wrote range, during the range of what emperor? I would have completely, I would have read that as wrong. But Augustus is right. Nice twisting through that. Your first bonus. Like Alexander Hamilton climbed the political ladder, which of those two legal scholars climbed all the way to the top and held the consulship?
Who are they again?
Labeo and Capito.
Yeah, Antistius Labeo and Ateus Capito.
I have no idea.
I feel like Labeo was I don't know. I thought Labeo was kind of the main one. He wrote a lot more.
Okay, defer to Gabe.
Labeo, final answer.
Capito. Your second bonus. Capito was awarded the consulship even though Labeo was seemingly in line for it. Labeo was so angered by this that what did he do the following year with regards to the consulship?
What's his nomen? Capito's nomen.
I think it's Ateus Capito.
Okay.
You outlawed the consulship, or
he's
made a horse consul?
Trying to stir stuff up, trying to snatch it up. I don't know.
Answer, please.
He said there were no consuls for that year. Final answer.
No, he was offered it by Augustus and he refused it. So he refused to accept it. So 10 points on question 16. Also question number 17. We here at the World Series of Certamen have a firm belief that if you make assumptions and buzz in before a question is asked, you deserve what you get. Keep that in mind on this question. De re publica, de amicitia, pro Malone, de viris illustribus, epistulae ex ponto. All of these works of literature feature in their names a noun in which case? Michael.
Ablative.
Ablative is correct. Now, Michael, can we be real for a second? If you had not been given a very specific warning, at what point were you going to buzz in and say Cicero?
Definitely after the third option.
Okay, sweet. All right, first bonus. Frankly, I will not be surprised if this bonus doesn't get read. Trying to see into the future, at least one team surely buzzed in and said Cicero, so good job. I was wrong. If you did, DJ Khaled's catchphrase of gratulationes te lucisti seems appropriate. What is the English meaning of that phrase?
Congrats. You played yourself. Final answer.
That is correct. Your second bonus is a great mythological example of congrats, you played yourself. Occurs when Catreus, a king of Crete who was warned by an oracle that one of his children would kill him one day, was in fact killed by his son. Name that accidental committer of parricide.
Alcimedes. Final answer.
Alcimedes is correct. 20 points on question 17. Toss-up question number 18. Duae manus quinorum lusorum certant continere artificium fragosum nomine clavo. This is the Latin version of the tagline for what first-person shooter video game officially released on June 2nd of this year by James.
Modern Warfare?
That is not correct. Officially released on June 2nd of this year by Riot Games. Michael.
Valorant.
Valorant is correct. It's like 2 teams of 5 players each try to contain a artifact called the Spike. Your first bonus. Several esports organizations have been eager to embrace this new game and have already assembled professional teams to play. One of the first and most notable was a team whose Latin name might be Centum Fures. Give the English name of this esports team.
100 Thieves. Yep. 100 Thieves, final answer.
That is correct. Your second bonus, another esports team that is reportedly looking to form a team if Valorant's initial success continues could be called Custodes Aurei in Latin. Give the alliterative name of this team that signed a former Flint Hill student of Ken Andino's to be their Super Smash Bros. Melee player in February of this year.
Golden Guardians.
Nice.
Final answer.
That is correct. Golden Guardians is correct. Fun fact. I taught a kid who is apparently in the latest rankings, number 2 in the world at Super Smash Bros. Melee. All right, toss-up 19 is our visual question. So Mr. Chu will be sharing his screen with you presently. Okay. This visual contains 4 Kanye tweets. Please examine them for 10 seconds. Okay. This visual contains 4 Kanye West tweets, which are varying levels of relatable or not relatable. Consider the following list of classical figures. Narcissus, Matt.
Narcissus.
That is not correct. I will read the question now. Consider the following list of classical figures. Narcissus, Frontinus, Caligula, Nero. Match 2 of the David, Jaffe.
Okay, Narcissus is the one in the bottom left. Have you ever thought you were in love with someone but then realized you were just staring in a mirror for 20 minutes? And Caligula is the one in the bottom right. I need this horse, kings need horses.
That is correct. Match 2 of the figures on the list with the Kanye West tweet that would be most closely associated with them. 10 points. And for bonuses 1 and 2, match the other 2.
Can you repeat the list of names?
Narcissus,
Nero.
Frontinus, Caligula, Nero.
Nero's top left, right?
I think Nero would be top left, yeah.
Yeah. Fontinus, aqueducts, water, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Nero is the top left and Frontinus is the top right.
That is correct. 20 points on question 19. All right. And toss up 20. We're not going to do a score check because we all know what's going down. Toss up 20. Name the mythological bad guy whose father is given alternatively as Pelops, Poseidon, Canathus, Gabe.
Thyestes.
That's not correct. For the other 2 teams, name the mythological bad guy whose father is given alternatively as Pelops, Poseidon, Canathus, or Pylus, but who everyone agrees was the grandfather through his daughter Endeus of David.
Skyron?
Skyron is correct. Of Telamon and Peleus, and who inexplicably demanded that passersby wash his feet, only to kick them to their demise at the jaws of his turtle. Skyron is correct. Your first bonus, I don't want to talk about washing feet because it's gross. What I do want to talk about is washing lyrics. To me, the absolute brightest spot of 2020 is the Twitter genius William, who created washyourlyrics.com. If you don't know what it is, look it up. In essence, it allows you to pick any song and it chooses 20 seconds of that song for you to sing along with to wash your hands for the prescribed time. However, some of us here at the World Series of Certamen are just about sick of all this modern music that the 20-somethings have written questions to, so this question will ask you about the greatest decade for music of all time, the 1980s. Identify by title and artist these lyrics that have been transcribed into Latin, because if you don't know the title and artist, you don't deserve the point. Ei nara verunt, illuc noli quam apropinquare. Nolumus videre voltum tuum, debes evanescere. Ignis est in oculis, et eorum verba clarissima sunt. Itaque discede, modo discede. Woo!
Okay. They said, okay. Does anyone have a feeling? They said, don't approach here. We don't want to see your face. You ought to get out of here or something like that. There's a fire in his eyes, and the fire in the eyes, and their words were crystal clear or something like that.
Therefore, and leave, just leave. Woo.
Don't come here.
Beat It? Michael Jackson?
Okay.
We will rock you. No.
Yes, say that.
We will rock you.
No, it's Beat It. Say Beat It.
Wait, Beat It? I don't know. Say it.
Which one? I don't know what he's saying. I need to look at the lyrics again.
All right, you're not getting points. But Connor, did you know what it was?
There's fire in their eyes and their words are very clear, so Beat It.
It was Beat It.
I even gave you the woo. I thought about it, was like, no, if I say woo, it's too easy, but okay. All right, and finally identify the title of this song and the artist for style points, because this is a little harder. I have no hope for you on this one. But as a hint, this title is something we should all do in these challenging times of the year 2020. Scio tantum quo modo susurrare, et scio tantum quo modo lacrimare. Scio tantum quo loco responsa reperire, et scio tantum quo modo mentiri.
So I only know how to sigh, I guess, how to cry. I only know like where to find answers, and I only know where to, like how to lie.
Work on your tantum.
I know. I just know. I
Flip
know
those.
so much.
I could give you the English lyrics of this song.
And we wouldn't.
No, I don't think we get it.
I just know how to sigh. I just know how to cry. I just know where to find answers.
I hope somebody out there is like freaking out about this. This is such a great song.
I just know how to lie.
All right.
I got nothing. I'm gonna say hi to my mom and siblings and my grandma, maybe whoever's watching.
Love out of nothing at all, which we should all do. Make love everywhere. Not literally, just kind of like the agape. And it's by Air Supply, one of the greatest 80s bands of all time. So there. I'm so sad right now. It is so, so sad. Now, I do want to recognize that I'm not sure we have a single player here except Will, who was alive when that song came out, but that doesn't give you any excuses for not knowing some of the best music ever made. And Mr. Chu, could we have our final score, please?
At the end of the game, College Water Enthusiasts have 15 points. Archbishops of Canterbury have 115 points. And our new champions, Week T name, finish with 195 points.
Congratulations to the Week T names. We charge you to affix something to the thing, to the thumb, and bring it back, and to come up with a better name for next year.
Congratulations, guys. That was fun.
Anything else for the good of the order, Mr. Sloan?
I think that's a wrap. So thanks for playing.
Thank you to everybody who came. And we will see you guys. Hopefully, it was a good game for everybody, by everybody, and we hope to see you live and in person next year.